y'all. It's season 3 of the Be Your Own Kind podcast, and we humbly thank you for tuning in. Be Your Own Kind's mantra is there is never an inopportune time to be yourself. In other words, be you without apologies. In this season, I will be presenting nuggets and interviewing individuals that are creating their lane and rocking it. Be sure to check out the featured businesses in the description box and follow us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and pretty much every platform. Okay, now let's take flight. Okay, well, hello, LaQuitta. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Walked outside, saw some snow, but I'm like, okay, it's winter.
Listen, I'm ready for the snow. They're calling for ours tomorrow, so I'm excited. That means I get to stay in bed a little bit longer next week.
Sounds like a great day. That's a perfect day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a mom. I am a wife. I've been married for 13 years to my college sweetheart. I work in tech and finance. I am a podcaster also, and I'm an entrepreneur. I co-own a cosmetic brand with my 10-year-old daughter, and I do graphic design as well. So that is a little bit about me.
Wow, that's a lot of it. That's awesome. I see your financial goals behind you and everything.
Do you see it?
Yes, I can see it. I love it. Write those requests down. Let them be known. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. It's important too. Like writing them down. I think it's important because you can see them. It's like visual, and now you got something to look forward to. So I was like, yeah, this year we're gonna change that up. We're gonna write it out where I can see it every day.
Right. Now, off the bat, I loved your podcast name. Like I was looking you up pretty much, and it's called All Queen No Cap. Like
so
I love it.
So I mean, the main name is Queen and Me, but All Queen No Cap is it's like a saying that I always say. I honestly, when I started my podcast, I was going through depression really bad. I had really bad anxiety. So I was like, my friend had already talked about that she was going to do a podcast and wanted me to kind of help her set up graphics and stuff up. And I'm like, she was like, why don't you start with me? And I'm like, girl, I was just at a low spot. I'm like, girl, what am I talking about? I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. But I was like, well, I'll start it, and it can just be something that I hear for myself and express what I was dealing with and what I was feeling. So if you go back to like the first episode, you can tell a total difference of where I started, how low, you can feel that. Mm-hmm. And just over the year of being able to talk, because I think, healing comes from healthy conversation. Right. And I think over the time frame, it kind of helped me grow it a little bit more, and got more comfortable, and I'm able to actually heal also, as while I was doing it. So now I'm like, no, it's all clean, no cap. Like there's no cap to my whatever I have inside of me. Like nobody's gonna stop me. I'm not gonna let anything keep me down or dictate my emotions or whatever anymore, because I know what low feel like. So I was like, we ain't going back there.
I love that. And you have to tell yourself, you have to be intentional with that too. Like, absolutely. I'm not going back. I totally can relate to that. Like, I may have bad days. It's not going to be perfect, but we're not going back as low as we were before. Like,
no. Absolutely not.
It's not pretty at all. So what type of tools do you use to maintain that?
I love affirmations. I'm a big affirmation person. So I think in the morning, first of all, I do pray, of course. I got to start my day. I got to, because we can forget, like at times, even now sometimes I go, I'm like, Lord, I ain't saying nothing to you, and I gotta get back there. So it's like, I do try to start with prayer. I do affirm myself every morning and let me know, how beautiful I am inside and out. I think, and I have girls, so I think about them too. It's like, right. I want to make sure that I am as healthy as possible so that I can share that with them, and make sure they know. So affirming myself, reading my Bible, praying, and just, making sure that I'm keeping away from a lot of the unhealthy things. We can't stay away from what's going on in the world, but we can dictate what we feed into. So just trying to be mindful of what I watch and what I listen to is important as well. So that's kind of what I do to kind of help me stay on track.
And you're right. And I think those, like, that last part is really important. I think it missed a lot. Like, you listen to angry music and you wonder why you're angry all the time, or you watching violence all the time. You wonder why you want to stop everybody. And you're not paying attention to what your spirit is absorbing.
Yes.
Sometimes you just put on that peaceful music. Sometimes I'll even just go classical.
Yeah.
And just vibe and work that way.
That's so true. It's so true. And my kids, I have a 14-year-old son, so it's like music is kind of like, and I be trying to peep in, like, what in the world are they saying? You know what I mean? Like, I said, dude, and he gets, and you can see that though, like, even as a parent, I don't know if if you have any children, but as a parent, like now I'm more. Maybe back then, when they were innocent, you really, really think about it. But now they kind of get into their own. It's like, all right, I got to kind of pay attention because I don't want music or TV or something influencing my kids. You can tell their little attitude. I'm like, all right, you all right? Everything all right? That's back up. That's fine. And a lot of stuff, like you said, is coming from a lot of music. TikTok is huge. Like, it's so influential. My son has told me about a lot of stuff that he see on there. So it's just like, I got to make sure that, like I said, I'm healthy so that I can recognize unhealthy things that's trying to come into my home through my kids. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
That's just, hey, we gotta see it.
Yeah, that's real important. I honestly don't know what they're saying. I feel like I'm reaching that age where the new music is not hitting me at all. I'm like, no. You did what? With what? With that? Listen, oh, you did who? Like,
it's a lot, and people, and they like it. It's like popular. I'm like, what? This ain't music. This is not what I remember at all.
Like when WAP came out, everybody was like, yes. And I was like, and my mom's like, well, no, I think my sister like, that's no different than Lil' Kim. I'm like, Lil' Kim had little metaphors and stuff every once in a while. Though, like, even Nicki was metaphoric. I'm like, when WAP came out, I was like, oh, okay, we just say what it is.
We just say specifically what it is.
No sugarcoating.
None at all. And the kids don't know, like even small, I have a 4-year-old, so she hear the beat, she knows the music, but it's like, oh, that's push. We can't hear that. TikTok, they do the dances, and so I'm like, I ain't trying to strip you for everything, but baby, you can't. Just some stuff you can't hear. Like, you're not gonna be able to do it.
Right, exactly. So, also on your website, I was all in your website.
Oh, good.
I love the definition of queen. For the audience, she defined it as a woman on the way to becoming the icon of her own life. Never forget to fix another's crown. Love that. Fearless, authentic, magnetic. I love everything about that. I love everything about that. And I love that you use the term becoming an icon, because I feel like when we use the term queen, it's almost like you're there, you arrived. Yes. But no, I don't think you ever arrive. I think we're always, once we hit one level, now it's time to keep elevating. Absolutely. So we're always on the road of arriving, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So I love that, because it gives us room for grace, right? And for imperfections. And that's what I like specifically love about that. Like, what inspired that definition? You think personal?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think just in life, I feel like I have been through a good bit of things where I felt like, you kind of get looked at or judged if you're not at a certain level by a certain age and stuff like that. I think, as even in like I said, I've been married it'll be 14 years in September. My husband and I, we talk all the time, and I'm like, sometimes we feel like we're not where we should be, with certain goals, you know what I mean? But who is to say, we've made something, like we were there yet? So I think even personal for myself, I think that I look at like, girl, you might not be, at this level in business or this level what you want to be personally in your life, but you're constantly working at it. And I think that's what we have to remember. Like, it's a constant work. It's constantly, like you say, we're becoming. I'm always going to be coming. As long as I'm putting in work, as long as I'm trying, I'm giving effort, I feel like I'm still defined as a queen. Like, nobody can take that away from me, because I'm working at always becoming the better me, a better person, just better in general. And I think we just remember that there's room for imperfection, that, nobody's perfect, and that we can just, be authentic in ourselves, even in our flaws. Like, I think that, doesn't mean that we're not, who we are. just means that we're still working towards becoming better. Now, as long as we're working at it, listen, we're getting somewhere. There's always, I said a lot of times, like small steps is still movement. So even them baby steps, they still count towards some goals that I'm trying to reach. So we're always becoming. So I think that's just, like you said, just personal things kind of made me rethink and reevaluate where I was and not be so hard on myself, because we're our biggest critics and we can be hard on ourselves at times. So just remembering that, you know, that there is room for grace and that I'm doing great at what I'm doing and where I am. So
that's fantastic. That's fantastic, because we're born queens. And I think that's where it gets mixed up. We think we have to earn the crown when we're born with it.
Absolutely.
That's your inherited. That's your inheritance.
Yeah. Absolutely. I tell my husband all the time, honey, I'm part of a royal family, honey. Like, right. I'm a king's kid. So my royalty came from since I was born. Like, I might have didn't realize or recognize who I was before, but now that I know what I am, what I'm to do, and stay in line and make sure I'm still working every day. Like, it's a constant work ethic. It's constant movement, constant growth.
Nice. I love that. So I read your New Year blog. I love this.
Honey.
Some resolutions out. You know what? 2020 I had those resolutions, but after 2020, I think like 2021 I was like, In 2022 I'm like, I'm gonna make a couple of goals, but I'm just gonna do it slow. Like when I was reading your post about the New Year's, I'm like, yes, that's exactly how I feel, because I've learned how to adjust to the unknown. Thanks to this 2020 decade.
Absolutely. I said, oh yeah, no, I ain't even. It was like, it wasn't even no point at this. It was like, no, because a lot of things, last year we were like, even a little bit before that, I was just like, what is this stuff happening? I'm like, it's a lot of unknown out here, and I don't know. I could say I want to do this, and I have no clue. COVID 2.0 might come. I don't know. I'm just like, it was no point for me to create it. As long as I was like, just work on being authentic and just keep working what you're doing.
Just do your boo.
Listen, if I wake up every day, that's a goal. Thank you, God, because I'm not about to sit here and do this. They got me messed up. I said, no.
Yeah, these 2020s, they not gonna trip me up anymore.
At all.
And I think, like, at first everyone was losing their sanity because of all this unpredictable, unpredictability. Yeah. Like, you can't plan trips, you can't plan, because you don't know what the state of the world is going to be in, and then some people have just lost their mind completely, just doing crazy stuff. It's like everybody is starting to do some crazy. Like, you watch the news now and it's like, they did what? Like, I saw a video the other day where a guy was trying to give his coat to a homeless guy, and the homeless guy robbed him.
No, see, this is probably why I don't watch.
I'm like, what?
I would have been like, sir,
I'm trying to give you my coat.
I'm trying to help you here. You're trying to take everything I got. What is, I don't know. I mean, you don't know what's going on today. Like,
we don't. And I feel like people are lonely. They don't like, some people are just not adjusting to this unpredictability realm that we're in, and absolutely. It's just really important, and I asked you earlier, like, what you do to maintain your mental sanity, because that's important.
Yeah, it was very hard. Yeah. Like you said, a lot of people are dealing with it in like that first year. It was difficult. My kids, I think that we don't think about it either as children. We're not even thinking that the kids dealing with something. We're thinking about us as adults. Like, man, we can't do this. We cooped in the house. The kids are really taking it hard. They couldn't see friends. They couldn't really go to, like, places had shut down. You had to be like, everywhere we go, if they wanted to go somewhere, it's like, let me make sure there's not a lot of people before I say yeah, because we were so nervous. It made us all like kind of on edge, and you're just trying to make sure that you keep them safe. Kids don't understand that. They don't understand they have to adjust, their whole life because of this thing. And it was just very hard, like you said. And I think we have to come up with ways to not allow it to, bring us out, tear our mental down. That is, because that's the first place that it was attacking everybody. Yeah. You out here live going crazy, like, So yeah.
And now they're recording it. That's what makes it.
And I don't understand. For what? What?
I don't want no records of my insanity.
No, please no. Do not. If y'all see me acting the fool, please put the phones up and come and get me. Please step aside. Like, this is not, come on. Just come and get me. Do not let me out here looking crazy. Please.
Shop at So Bomb Tresses to fulfill your hair beauty needs, as we bend 100% human hair in custom-made wigs. We also provide all textures and lengths to bring out the bomb in you. To keep up with our latest products, sign up on our newsletter at SoBombTresses.com and follow us on IG at SoBombTresses or BritoBomb.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss Metchi checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi. Grab your products today at MissMetchi.com/shop.
No. I don't understand the purpose of recording a lot of, you know what I
mean? Yeah, like, I feel insane today. Let me take the time, set up my tripod, and record this.
Had the equipment on hand, ready. No. Mm-mm. It's a mess.
Somebody go hug this baby. Like, what is going on? This person needs a hug. I say that a lot. I'm like, they need a hug.
Yeah. We need people. There's a lot of people need people out here for real though.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have no one to look up to no more. It seems like, you know what I mean? And it's like, so it's just like people go out here, they just do whatever it is, you know, they have no direction. You know, we had old grandmas and aunties and things, you know, people who are like, all right, you know, your mama ain't around, but I'm still here. You know, I can still, I'm gonna let you know this ain't right. This ain't what, you know, we don't have those people to influence our young people or just people in general who just out here living however they want. You know, we need more role models. We really do.
Most definitely. I mean, I say this, I've probably said this a million times on my podcast, but it's hard to find those people when everybody wants to stay young. Like, everybody wants to be forever young.
Yeah.
No one wants to grow up. And it's like, if my generation never grew up, it would have been very hard for me to do so. So I feel like, you know, the generations behind me, it's like it's getting diluted, more diluted. You know, and it's like you're gonna look up and everybody gonna lose.
Yeah, I agree with that. With that. We got to grow up. I don't know what's so hard. I don't care nothing about getting old. We age gracefully. That's what I say all the time. Every year, I'm like, oh no, I'm aging gracefully. I'm not ashamed. My age or nothing. No. And it's like, dude, like, I'm not gonna be out here looking 25 and 60. I'm not about to do this. It's, you know, so just learn to accept it. You're as young as you feel. So hey, that's all that matters. But we don't have to. We ain't gotta. I'm not gonna be dressing like my kids with them. You know, I don't know. My mental health should be a lot better, stronger than theirs is, so that I can direct them. I don't know.
But no, you're right about that, because I mean, how can we warn them, or even if they don't listen, at least warn them about, hey, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Yeah. If I'm so busy trying to stay in a 20-year-old mentality, that's not how it works. Our elders are supposed to be our roadmap. But our elders are trying to stay hip and trim. It's like, wait, there's the road. We losing the roadmap.
Exactly.
You know, so
all of that.
If I'm ever blessed with children, I'm old school. You're gonna learn how to do cursive. You're gonna learn how to do
because you know they took that away too. It's a lot. It's crazy. It's like I told my kids, I said, I learned cursive in what, second, third grade?
Yes.
I said, y'all never, this is not curriculum? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh yeah, we got to learn, because that's crazy to me. How are you signing anything? How are you putting your signature on checks when you get older? Like, what's going on?
It was a whole grade. It was writing. You got graded for writing, because I could never do the S's, and I'm like, I'm stressed out trying to figure out a cursive S, and now y'all don't even have to think about this.
They don't even have to do it. Typing, we did typing too. That was a grade. They don't have to do that.
Well, not because of technology. Huh?
Yeah, obviously, they're a little more advanced now. Like kids, like they know how to type now, but we had to do it as a grade, like make it where we would get efficient a little bit, like timing and all, like time us doing the main key, like, you know, like y'all don't have to do anything. I'm like, yeah, things are so different. Like stuff that we think is normal, like we should be knowing, like they don't. It's just
no, we have to go to the library, go look through that little call thing and find the letter with the numbers. Now you can just do Google.com. And anybody, someone younger than me asks me, well, how do you do this? I just get them a look. Like if you don't Google it, if you don't, like it's so easy for you. Information.
So, technology is huge. Yeah, you can just library resources online. Now, no, we had to physically go to the location. We did not have the resources like this. We did not.
No, we had to mail things like a pen pals where you actually write a letter.
Yes.
You kids know how to address a letter.
No.
An envelope.
To learn their address. I was like, why is this so hard?
Because they never got to write it.
They didn't have to do it. They couldn't remember numbers. Oh, the phone got it in there. What? Yo, what if your phone get missing? You gotta know your number. You gotta know somebody else's, one person at least. I just, you're right. Technology is something.
Remember, you get the book, the catalog, and so you had a minute to like look at the stuff and see what you want, versus the store have something one day, the next day now you got to go back through it because there's new arrivals every day. And then you wait for your package, and it's an anticipation for a week or how many days. Now it's like, now if we don't get our package the next day, it's like, what?
We call it, we email it, everybody.
Yeah.
I ordered last week and I still don't got. I need my tracking number. Where's the package? I'm trying to find it. I'm everything. I don't care where it's coming from. I'm like, check this track. Yeah, we waited. You're right. You are absolutely right.
And I think with all this instant, I think that is why this increased stress, like the stress levels are increasing, because we're always on edge. If it's not right there, and it's not right now, because we are no longer conditioned to wait.
Yeah, instant gratification has diluted a lot of the real happiness that we could have. Happiness we could have. We need it now. We need it, like, instead of allowing it to grow or build or whatever it is or wait on it. I always like, oh no, immediately we need it now. Yeah, and it does dilute a lot of that true happiness, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just this world, Lord, this world. That's all I say.
And technology is great because, we're in two different states and we're able to have this conversation. So
absolutely.
There are wonderful things about technology, but I feel like to 100%, like make that 100% of your life. Yeah. I feel like that's going to drive you nuts. Like you even got to take social media breaks. Like how do you deal with social media, like the information that's getting pumped out on a day-to-day? Because I know that can cause mental strength, ailments too. Yeah.
It can, because you can even get to a place where now you're comparing your progress with somebody else's. So you just have to be, I think for me, honest to God, like I might as well tell you, I deleted Instagram account quick. The one I have now, like my podcast had one separately. My anxiety, it got so bad, I was like, delete. And he was like, why did you just, temporarily disable or something? I was like, I don't know why I did that, but in that moment, it was just heavy. It was so heavy. It was just a lot of stuff. And I'm just like, I will delete stuff quick, like apps I will delete it. Cause you got to be able to have some balance. And if all day I'm doing this, man, it will ruin you. Like you can't focus on any other thing that's happening right now. It makes you not present. And I was like, I could no longer be not present where I was physically at. Like, take breaks. You got to take breaks from social media. Even if it's like, okay, I'm gonna allot myself an hour. So if I got content to produce, it's like I'm working on content the day before, and then I can schedule and make sure it's going to get up there. But physically looking through this, I kind of allot me some time and be like, listen, this is how much you should be on here. If you want to do it sporadically throughout the day, but in general, like, don't let it, because it would consume you and you'll forget. I'm like, God, I had this to do, because I had this to do and this I didn't get to do nothing. One day I forgot totally to cook. One day, like, this is how I knew it was getting bad. I was on there so much. My kids like, Mom, we hungry. What? I didn't fix anything. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, all all right, okay. I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? No, ma'am. This is not okay. So, it will make you not present. The whole day was going by and I'm just not thinking, not in my right mind. But it will cause, like I was saying before, if you allow it to, it'll cause you to start comparing, where you are, your progress with other people. Like even with my graphics business, like I would see all these other amazing, I'm a big supporter of other people, just great quality stuff. So I'm always going to give my support. I'm always going to clap and love everything. And I think that I feel like, well, maybe my stuff wasn't good enough to kind of put out. So I let my page go vacant. Like I deleted everything that was on it at one point because I was just felt like, I was like, God, this is not, I'm not there. And then I really had to have an aha, like, girl, if you don't, believe in yourself, because I believe that people can feel the energy that you believe. Like, so if I'm thinking to myself, why would people want to work with me? I'm not as good enough. People can feel that energy, I feel like, and it will, you can lose some clients that way. So you have to be confident in what you're doing. And even if nobody else is clapping, I had to learn to be like, listen, girl, get out there and do what you're doing and love it, regardless if you get no claps, whatever. Like, keep going, because the right client, God knows every single person that's set up to work for me. And I have to remember that. And I'm grateful for that. So like, even if it goes, I ain't got nobody for 2 weeks, it's okay, because I know God's aligning me with the right people. He know I can't do no stress. He just keeping me from the stress. And so I just have to look at it from a positive aspect, but just taking, time away from certain things and not looking at it as a negative, as comparing and trying to, I'm not to be like this person. No, just be your own authentic self and love what you're doing and not spend so much time on a platform that people can lie all the time. They look happy. People can lie all the time. Like we don't know. I have no clue what they're doing. I'm like, you feeding into this girl, so you gotta take breaks. People is just out here, it's for content, it's for quality, and I get it. But not a lot of what we see is true. So keep that in mind when we're out there. Like it's not. So I had to learn to take it for what face value and not think more into it. It's social media. It's a place people go get money and, build their brand, no matter if it's true or not. Just take it for what it is and not allow it to consume you.
Yeah, you said a mouthful there. Like you made some excellent points. Number one, don't believe everything you see, because you don't know what's going on. Some people rent those clothes, or if it's a background, it's a green screen. You don't know what's going on. Like I see some YouTube people where it's extravagant in the background and then they live in an abandoned house, like in real life, and things of that sort, because they're selling the dream, right? That's what you have to do. Everybody, you have to. Someone told me, like, if you're out there, you have to make people want to be like you. And I'm like, that's very contradictory to my whole
listen. It is.
Don't be like me. I want you to be you. Yeah. Because I'm still trying to figure out how to be like you.
That's it right there. Every day we're working. Every day we're trying to figure out. Yeah.
So no, I want you to be yourself. That's the whole point. I don't want to sell you a dream. I want to sell you.
Yeah. I love that. And I love, like, even what Be Your Own Kind is. It's basically, us being our authentic self, learning to figure out who we are, where we are, be happy where we are, and then be authentic there. Like, and that's so true. You're even a content creator, in this industry, we're still content creators as podcasters, because we're still putting out our definition of what we are, what we're doing. So it's like you said, like, I'm not going to sell you a false narrative of something, especially if that's not what, where I am or what I stand for, as far as, my morals and values. Like, this absolutely, I don't know. It's like, we get it because that's what social media is wanting. Like, you got to sell the look, you got to sell it. I'm like, Lord, I look like this. They could take it, they could leave it, but I'm happy here. I love it.
I didn't wake up like this. I had to hop in the shower.
Get myself together. I'm sorry, y'all. I see those wake up. I don't know if you see a lot of people do the Instagram get ready with me. I be looking like, y'all got nice bathrooms and things. Not saying that mine is regular, but y'all got these. They look real extravagant. Like, I mean, are you at home? Because I would love somebody to come do that to mine. Like, can I revamp it? I mean, something. It just looks so nice and refreshing, and I'm just like, but like you said, people could rent out Airbnbs or people pay for quality content because social media pays them to put out quality content.
Right.
It's just, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. Girl.
That's a lot of work.
This podcast episode will be 3 hours if I went on to that about how hard this is.
I am not playing. It's like, gosh,
like doing TikTok, a 10-second video takes me almost 2 or 3 hours. First, I gotta figure it out. Then all that editing and trying to condense it and let it make that takes work. Like,
I don't know what I'm doing. Still to this day, I still don't know what direction I need to be going. Even to this day, I'm trying my hardest to figure this out. I'm with you. It
makes me feel so much better.
It takes hours.
Yes.
And honestly, I have, great thing is I do have kids who are familiar with it, but they do want to do it how they want. I'm like, no, I don't want all this. It's a lot. No, like, keep me where my age, like my audience is a certain, because we know our audience. So it's like, I need my audience to be around this right here, not where y'all are. I don't need the 14 and the 15. I want somebody that's going to connect to what I'm doing. So help me to fit. I don't know. Every day I'm figuring like, Lord, what kind of idea do I need to have today? Because it's a lot. That is work. TikTok is work. I'm going to get it. I'm not going to give up on it, but it is work. It is work.
I got Skillshare. I just put in my search TikTok. So now I bookmarked all these videos. So that's because some of the stuff that people doing, it looks cool, but it looks great in theory. Then when I tried, I'm like, this is not what that was supposed to look like.
This ain't working for me.
It is not, but that's okay. The problem I have with these social media platforms, just for a second, I'm on my soapbox, is they keep adding features. Like Instagram was first pictures. Now Instagram is Instagram and TikTok. So now you got Reels. Now you can do Reels Reels on Facebook. Yes, Snapchat now too. Then you go to Twitter. Twitter got Twitter Spaces. What is it?
Yes, I saw that.
I just found out about that.
I saw that. I have not been on Twitter in a long time. When I started when I was geared to relaunch the podcast, I'm like, okay, let me start, get back on Twitter. I said, they got rooms and things, so you can pay. It has a thing where you can pay, I think it's like I guess it depends on what you want, but it's like $1.99 or something 99. I've seen it. It's like you can pay to have like different, I was like, okay, I'm so confused now. I said, hit me with the regular old post because I don't even know. I don't even know what.
I can't keep up. But it seems like Twitter Spaces is on it mirrored off of Clubhouse, in my opinion.
Oh,
because everybody, but Clubhouse was only for like Apple
invites.
Invites and stuff. So I think Twitter Space is more like all in. It's for everybody. I can't get it out for everybody. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
But what's gonna happen tomorrow? That's why I'm saying, like, everything's so fast you can't keep up with everything unless you have somebody that keeps up with all of that.
Yes, it's evolved every day. It is evolving to something more. I'm like, I just learned about this. Now anybody, when they used, like even with Instagram, when they used, you had to have like 10,000 followers before you can like do links in your story. Everybody can do that now. Everybody can do the link. Yes. I heard when they were rolling it out. So it's slowly getting to everybody. And I recently just checked mine. I'm like, I can link my website now. Like you can link whatever you're doing instead of just typing it in. You can actually link it now. Everybody has that capability. And I was like, for a long time, I didn't know why I couldn't do it. And then someone's like, you got to have 10,000. Lord, I ain't there yet. I guess Instagram thought about us and was like, all right, we're going to get it.
That's nice to them, because when I tried it had to be a year or two ago because I saw it on somebody else's. It told me that I didn't have enough followers. So I just didn't think none of it. So that's good to know that. So thank you. I didn't know that you could do that now.
They got this, everything's different.
Is there a newsletter that they send out? Can we sign up for an email newsletter?
I know. See, I need the notification. I need like the tutorial. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Show me, like when you put something out, give me the tutorial, and then I'm prepared when it runs out. And then that way I'm more comfortable. Facebook even is doing something different with your personal profile. You can make it a professional profile. And if you don't want to have that would do sporadically too. I don't have it yet. I've been looking for it because I was like, oh, that'd be great. And that way, if you don't want to have a page, I have pages like for my podcast and things for my business. But if you did not want to, if you wanted to just solely use yours for creators, they said like for help with the reels, because you make money off, Facebook, they all metaverse now. So, which is, I don't even know how I feel about it, but I'm gonna let it go. But they now have it where you can transfer it. So if you get something in your notification saying change your personal to professional profile, it means like you're like a business or you're a professional entrepreneur, whatever. Your personal profile will look a certain type of way. It's really neat to me. I do like the way it looks, and that's why I want mine. But I haven't gotten it yet, so it's like you gotta wait till it's like forcefully out where everybody can have the option. But I was like, y'all got something new every day. I didn't even know this.
So now Facebook is LinkedIn. Get out of here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what it is. They're all working together. They're all working together.
I do believe they're working. I know they try to make it seem like they're separate, but the fact that you can log into one and end up on another one lets me know y'all working together.
Yeah, y'all working together. I said, oh, okay. So everybody bought everybody. Well, do I need to buy stock or something? Because that's where I'm at now. What do I need to do?
A newsletter. I just need them to do a social media newsletter. And I'm sure it's one out there. If I find it, I will definitely send it. Send the link. Please and thank you. When it's new stuff that we just know about it, instead of finding it out, like looking at somebody else, like, how they do that? Like,
that's exactly how I be finding out.
Like when TikTok went to 3 minutes, I'm like, when did that happen? You can do a 3-minute video,
girl. And then you got to have a certain amount of followers to go live. I just found that out. It's like, oh, you need at least 1,000 to go live. So Lord, see, I don't know this stuff. I'm trying. I'm gonna work every day. I'm gonna make a commitment. I'm not gonna give a whole lot of time to it, but I'm gonna make a commitment to learn, because I'm so behind.
That's okay. We in this together. What we say every day, just one day at a time.
We are. That's all right.
We are becoming every day.
Every day. Every day.
So look, now beyond podcasting and your financial planning, tell us a little bit about your accessory business with your daughter.
Oh, so it's called, so we have a cosmetic brand called Sugar Cosmetics. So it's health and beauty. So we do skincare, so body butters and body oils. We are officially restocking, so we are bringing more products in February. So that's what we're working on now. But my daughter is I don't know. I call her a little mini mogul, because she always want to find a way. Okay, how can we make some money? Mama, how can we make some money?
I like that.
What can we do to make some money? And I'm like, Lord, is this a good thing? Like, did I do something wrong for her to be like that? But I feel like it is a blessing, because it kind of puts, lets you know she's in the mindset of, working for herself. So if she didn't want to, work for anybody else, maybe it'll help her streamline what it is she fully wants to do when she get older, and know that, okay, I've had experience in this. Okay, this is what I want to do. And now I kind of know behind business and what it takes to do this, and how hard it is sometimes, and how slow things can be sometimes. And now I think it'll put her in a mindset of, okay, I can still do it. I mean, I don't have to give up. I can still, you still work. Because I think that's what we get when we get slow. We kind of like, oh, all right, maybe this wasn't it. Maybe this is what I want to do, but we just got to keep going. But, we started, it's called Sugar Cosmetics. Honestly, she started her lip gloss business, Candy Girl, March the 15th, which is her birthday, 2021. So when COVID hit, she launched, and the week after they announced COVID. And the very week, we had done about so much stuff. We was like, she was prepped and ready. She did a big announcement. She had just people were very supportive. And so her birthday last year, was it last year? Hold on, COVID hit what, 2020? Okay, so 2020 is when she launched, and she called it Candy Girl. And so the week after they announced COVID, so a lot of people that she was doing orders initially, now they leaving boxes outside for months because they were nervous at this point. And we were checking in, like, did you get the package? Well, yeah, all my packages are in the garage right now. We're kind of leaving out there for a couple weeks. And, but we're going to check her out. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's, I understand, because it's handmade. Everything's handmade, everything, so I understand. But we had to stop because COVID, it was getting, we was hearing terrible stories. It was getting worse. And So she had to stop what she was doing maybe June of that year. And, it was devastating because she was like, we just started. We got so much stuff. We got, she called it Candy Girl because all of her lip glosses were shaped like candy. So she had like ring pops and bubble gum and lollipops. Like it was all different shapes of candy. What she started, and then she had some for like older, the regular kind of wand kind. And so she was just, so it was hard on her. So I was like, well, let's just take a step back. We still got a lot of stuff. Maybe we can incorporate, because now she's into makeup and she can't wear it out. But I always am enthusiastic about it. If you learn this, I don't know how to do makeup. So if you learn it, great. If she can work and build at home. You're not gonna, at a certain age, I don't mind you wearing it out, but home. So I do invest in what she wants to do. And so I was like, okay, well now we can maybe incorporate some beauty things for older people, like, adults and stuff. So I said, well, we'll relaunch, so we relaunched August of last year. And we rebranded the name and everything. So we called it Sugar Cosmetics. So it's SUGA. So kind of like, and I liked it because, we from the South. So we're like, all right, sugar. I think it. So that's kind of where we kind of came with the name and things like that. And I was like, oh, it's really neat. And but we want to incorporate, health and body. I feel like it's important to make sure the kids know about self-care and make sure as women we're taking care of ourselves. And so that's why we kind of incorporated just other things. So now we do Metchi lipstick, we have gloss, and like I said, body care and lashes and oils. And so we're just working towards rebuilding. When the new year hit, it was like, all right, we're going to restock and put everything back out in February. So that's where we are right now. And I'm just super proud. I'm a proud mama, because Katie, if I get tired, it's like, all right, Mom, what we got to make today? I'm like, oh, all right, let me look. I don't work. I'm like, all right, okay, give me about 20 minutes, but it does help you stay on your toes, because like, okay, I don't want to get to a place where I become complacent in something, because I don't want her to feel like, things are slow. That means we just stop. We don't. We keep going. We still work. We still build. We still create. We still make sure that we're putting our best foot forward. So, and I love the fact that she is kind of the motivator behind a lot of that stuff. So yeah, that is what we do.
That's what I'm saying. She inherited entrepreneurship. The whole thing, like we're inherited these things. When it hits us. Yeah. That to expound upon it and to grow from it, or grow to it. Like So I think that's just awesome that a kid don't want to just sit around and they're just like, hey, I want to make money. Like, how we gonna make this money, Ma? Like,
figure it out.
That's music to every parent. How we gonna make this money? You want to make it? Okay.
You want to do what? You want mine? You don't want my money? You want to make it? I love it. I'm with it.
What do you need?
Right. Now she does. She is in entertainment as well, so she does do modeling and acting too.
Oh wow.
So she started modeling first, and then she just got into acting last year and absolutely loves it. And so I think my biggest thing is if you see, even as a friend or as a mother, whatever, like we see somebody and you see kind of like you kind of got something there, even if it's something you feel like a desire that they have. It's like, I'm like, all right, let's just see what it is. I think that's what people say, like, girl, you'll try it. I will. I really will, because
why not?
How do you know? How do you know what you're able to do, or what's going to be your niche if you don't give it a try? Like, absolutely. I mean, there's no way. I said I wish we had, growing up a lot, we were taught, go to college, get a job. That's what we were taught, and so somebody knocking at my door, I'm sorry. But that's what we were taught. And I said, I wanted to make sure that, okay, yeah, education is important, but what else do you desire to do? Like, what is going to make you happy? So that's just what it is. So
I love that. Does she have a website? You guys have a website?
I want to. We'd have her one. I will make sure to shoot it. It's CameronMariah.com. I think it's on hold, but we are working because we were adding all of her reels and all that stuff up there. But it may still be. I have not went back to check it. We're waiting for reels from like a lot of the commercial, and she did a short film last year. So we're kind of waiting on them to send over so we can like put it up there so that at least people can kind of from her website kind of get a feel for what she does or what she's capable of doing. So
okay, keep us updated. We'll definitely post it. I know the audience is interested in that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love that. So here at BYOK, we have a second question. If you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be and why?
Ooh, if I could describe myself in one word, Now, see, y'all got me thinking. I mean, what would be the best word? Let me say it like, what would be the best word? I would say real. That is probably the best word, only because I would say real, just because being someone who's tried to grow up and be somebody else, or try to look and be, try to be something that I was not, it wasn't, it didn't really work out. But I say real because now that I really know who I am and what I have, my gift, my assets, everything that I'm here to do. I think that my God-given gifts, talents, now that I know who I am, who I'm called to be, it's like I'm not going to settle and be anybody else, even for $1 million. Like, you can pay me to say, I need you to come out and do this. And, if it doesn't align with who I am, I can't do that, because it's going to bring me true happiness. So I say I'm real would be the best way to describe it, because now I know, true meaning of being authentic and loving who I am, and making sure people know who I am. And I'm not going to let anybody speak to me less than who I am. I'm not going to I've been there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let anyone speak to me any less of who I am, or speak down on any less of who I am. Now that I realize who I am, I love me. I love me enough to be like, no, that's not it. That's not it. It's kind of bring it back, So I would say real.
I love that. That's what being kind is all about. I don't know if I have anything to add to that, because that's what it's all about, Yeah. And I feel like as children, like with your daughter, she knows who she is, Yeah. And then we start off that way, and then we become a young adults. Or we become teenagers, because I feel like that's when I started veering off a little bit,
Yeah.
And then you reach that point when you look in the mirror and you like, Renita? You don't recognize yourself, and you have to come back to you.
Yeah. It's all about finding yourself.
Yeah, and when you find yourself, just try to keep yourself right there in your pocket, or something where you don't lose. Like it's like always that goal of never losing yourself again. Because once you said, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to have to look in the mirror again and be like, who is this chick? Because this is not you. We don't talk like this. We don't do these things.
That's it. That is it. Absolutely. That's not your character. That's not your character, girl. What are you doing?
Right.
You gotta be able to speak to yourself and be like, bruh. Like, even when how you want your friends, like my best friends know that they can check me. You know what I mean? So it's like, we gotta know that we can check us too. Like, bruh, that's not you. What are you doing? You're getting out of character for what? That's not you. You got to be able to pull yourself. Hey, come on back. Come on back. That ain't right. Come on back. So I totally agree with that. And
the support system, you raise a good point, is good, because if you're around people that are okay with you performing to them or things outside of you so they can get what they want,
absolutely,
that's not your circle. You got to stay around people that's going to keep you grounded.
Absolutely.
Like, girl, now
that's a big part of your mental health too.
It is.
That's a big part, because like you said, I need people in my corner that's going to say, ma'am, listen, don't root me on if I'm out of line, if just things are not going right, or whatever. You see something not right, please call me. Please say something to me. That's not, you want a circle that is going to be there to build you up, not to allow you to look a fool and be foolish so that they can look right. You know what I mean? Or benefit them, like you said. It's a big part of your mental health. Like, I need those people in my corner, because I know that I'm gonna be able to grow mentally in our relationships that we're building too. So absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, this has been a great interview. I love interviewing because I always learn so much. Even to the point of you just let me like feel great that I'm not alone in this journey of content creating.
Listen,
I'm gonna let that out for a while.
Listen, we are definitely in this together. We are definitely in this together. I'm be like, girl, you got some tips? Okay.
Right. So now I know somebody that I can like slip in. Girl, did you know this? Did you know this?
Right.
So, when I learn, you learn. I'm gonna make sure
Absolutely.
I share the wealth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We ain't gonna keep it for ourselves. We're gonna share it.
Right. Right. Is there anything else additional you want to add about your businesses or any upcoming things?
I just want to say, I mean, I do have, I do have merch line for All Queen No Cap on my website. I do try to make sure that I share positive affirmations in what I'm doing. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's allqueennocap.com. It's literally how it sounds. And yeah, that's it. And I'm just grateful for, just this interview, being able to just have a safe place to really be open and honest and kind of share. We don't have that often. So I love what you're doing. I really appreciate you allowing me to be on today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being on our show. What an honor for anyone to take out the time to be on your platform to share, a piece of them, because time is something we never get back. So when people choose to spend that with you, it's always an honor, so thank you for taking out your time, LaQuitta, and giving us some mental health tips and, helping us to know that, hey, you are already a queen. You don't need to work towards that. You just got to work towards, walking into your purpose, and I love that becoming. That might be the title. Something about I love that becoming, and listeners, I hope that you have learned. I hope that you've learned to just take it easy on yourself. Give yourself grace. You're gonna always be arriving, but don't let that stop you from going forward on your goals either. Don't, I know I'm making a whole nother conversation, but you know how you have a goal and you're like, what, I'll get to it when it's like this. When I have this much money, when I'm this much something, when I'm this much, do it now. Do it now, because you'll never arrive to it. It'll always be a higher amount. It'll always be a lower weight. It'll always be something. Just do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like I love it. Yeah, I love it, because we will do that, and it's just important to hey, stop wasting time on, when we're trying to make sure everything is perfect. Before you start something, start it now. I mean, work through the imperfection. Like you said, we are becoming in business too. Like whatever it is, we are becoming. Keep going. Don't ever stop. Don't give yourself credit. Give yourself grace. I love it. Listen. I love it.
Yes. Well, and until next time, because we'll keep talking. I'm loving this conversation, but yeah, just keep going, and until next time, just have grace with yourself, everybody, and don't forget to be your own kind and also be kind to each other. Bye.